People don't build relationships with businesses, they build relationships with people. Let me tell you something that surprises almost everyone about me. Not only am I an SEO content writer for websites, blogs, emails, social media, creating marketing strategy, and now recently I've folded in a relationship marketing strategist role where we're talking about relationships and connecting with people. But also, I am known as the Ruthless Crafter. My last name is Ruth, and I started it when I have two children, when they were younger, and nap times were a time for myself. I wasn't tired enough to nap, but I was needing some kind of stimulation. So I started to crochet and knit. When I was 10, my nonna, my Italian grandmother, taught me how to crochet and knit. And I recently found my very first piece that I knit. It was a pillow. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. And actually, really good, if I do say so myself, for a very first attempt. So, whenever I was doing that, I felt I was passing on the tradition of handmade over to my kids. And also, it was me time. And I really liked it. So, I still like it. And right now, the Ruthless Crafter has morphed into, because can I ever do something just for the sake of doing something? No. My business has morphed into, I make hats, whether they're character hats or plainer hats. I started doing those. I design the patterns. I do for both knit and crochet, because I'm bistitchual, is what they call it when you do crochet and knit. And I write children's books that tell each of the characters' stories. And they are available on Amazon worldwide. I will make sure that I drop the link if you want to check them out. And people are always surprised by, oh, you don't just market. No, when you're an entrepreneur, you're a serial entrepreneur. Am I right? Like this video if you agree, if you are also having the bug of being a serial entrepreneur. Now, what does my Ruthless Crafter business have to do with what we're talking about today, about people buy from people? This side of me, when I share it, it actually changes some of the conversations that I've had with other business owners. Christina and I bonded over this. We were in a business networking environment and crochet came up. I think I was wearing a sweater or something, or I don't even remember, something that I had crocheted. And that started the conversation. We had a common interest. We talked about crocheting. We hopped on a coffee chat. And as you'll find, if you think back to it, if you're not thinking of one right now, most of your relationships have started with a commonality, a common interest. So we were in a community because we're both business owners and we were looking to network. We found another common interest where we crocheted or crafted, and that led to a relationship. So remember what I always say, conversations, those are where you find your opportunities. And Christina and I actually attended one of her speed networking events, and I had a great time and I made some great connections there. If I had not taken up the opportunity, obviously she's made an impression because I'm talking about her. So if I had not been in the chat, actively curious, then I would not have made that connection with her. And actually, that reminds me, I have to go reach out to her after this video and let her know that I'm talking about her, because she has made an impact. And when I think of someone who serves their community in the way that she does, and if they want to attend a speed networking event, I'm definitely going to be referring Christina and that person. I'm going to be connecting them. And I just want to tell you, you may see me as outgoing and extrovert. However, I identify as introvert these days. I used to be extrovert. I don't know. Life changes, right? hormones, all that good stuff. But now I see myself as an extrovert, or sorry, an introvert. And people think that I'm extroverted because my passion comes out when I talk about what I love doing and what my area of interest and specialty is. All of this to say, for all of you other introverts, I really want you to hear this. Relationship marketing, you don't have to be the loudest person in the room. You just have to show up and be genuinely curious. And in a previous video, I gave a hack for being an introvert that actually works really well, whether you're intro, extro, omnivert, whatever you identify as. When you ask questions about the other person and you find what they're passionate about, just like how I start talking when I get excited about a topic that I know really well, being curious, asking those questions, people are going to start talking about themselves, and you will naturally have more questions to keep the conversation going. So just focus on them. Curiosity. Can't say it enough. If there's one thing that I hope you take away from today's video, it's that your business is not the most interesting thing about you. There are other facets that you can bring forward. And sometimes the strongest relationships begin because you discover that you're both knitters or dog lovers, or maybe you love to try out different indie coffee shops and that's your thing on a Saturday morning, and you haven't connected with someone like that in a really long time. So the next time you're in a networking environment or in the conversations, DMs, or on the comments of a post, I would like you to don't stay in business mode the whole time. Share something human. Ask a question that's slightly off course. My go-to question is, what makes you jump out of bed in the morning? And I was actually surprised because to me, I'm like, it would be business related. But I asked that question, or I shared that I asked that question, and someone else answered, oh, well, I love to play. And so now we're having a conversation where I'm picking up and saying, oh, what does play mean to you? That's really cool. Because I actually want to know, like, maybe I need to start doing more playful things in my life, or see that knitting and crochet for me is my play. Maybe that will just remind me, because I've actually lost my crojo lately and haven't been getting back to the projects that I had set out. So maybe that will help me redefine, yeah, it is play. Okay, it's time to pick up the hook or the knitting needles again. And if you've had a conversation where you shared something human, what surprised you that you and someone else had in common that was way from left field from the original reason why you were connecting? Before I let you go, I want you to remember, content creates visibility, conversations create opportunities, and relationships, they create sales. I'll see you in the next one.